Today on the channel, we're back at it with another Terrifier Art the Clown figure, this time giant-sized with the Trick or Treat Studios 12-inch edition.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another Art the Clown unboxing and review. Truly the MVP of the 2025 holiday season in action figure form, from NECA Ultimates, Trick or Treat figures, Ben Cooper Kid figures, bloody variant editions, and all points in between. It truly was 2025, the year of Terrifier and Art the Clown, the latest horror icon in monster movies and all that kind of stuff. But this one today, we got the 12-inch Art the Clown, obviously Terrifier, this time Trick or Treat Studio Edition. But for all your Trick or Treat Studio needs and a whole lot more, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Exactly what I did. I had no plans on buying this. I was over there. They had all their new stuff in. I was going through everything. I said, oh my gosh, it's Halloween. Maybe that was part of it. But I said, you know what? I'm going to pick up this Art the Clown Terrifier. Now, if you go to your local Walmarts right now, online as well, there are smaller editions of these, 5-inch versions. So this is basically like a 2-up edition. That's kind of what it feels like. If you're a Hasbro wrestling fan, we always hear about the 2-ups over there, but other toy lines as well. But it's basically the same figure made giant size. Now, I passed on the Trick or Treat Studio 5-inch stuff. I want to collect that stuff, but at the same time, it's just not the scale I'm really wanting. I really want those House of a Thousand Corpses figures. I wouldn't mind the Leatherface ones, and heck, I wouldn't mind the Terrifier ones as well, but you can only collect so much. We'll see, maybe a deal in the future. Maybe we'll dive into it. Maybe we won't, but we're diving into this one for sure. I said this is cool as a one-off giant size figure in my collection. Works pretty well for me, and around $50 price point feels pretty good for something like this. Now, not a ton of bells and whistles as I see, and I can see a lot of people basically just keeping this in the package as is because there's not a lot of extra. It's not like it plays music like the old NECA ones they used to do. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't have any sounds. It's just basically a figure giant size. So I could see people leaving this in the package, but not us. We're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's see what old Art the Clown's up to. Giant size edition here. Kind of feels like a throwback packaging too. I mean, it's not supposed to be, but it does give me vibes of walking into Spencer's or Gadzooks or Hot Topic once upon a time and seeing figures there. In the old McFarlane heyday, Todd, when you used to have stuff there back in the day. Very, very cool. I like the looks of this packaging a whole lot. It does say 12 inches tall, and I know Todd McFarlane on the couch, you can take 12 inches. I know that, and I guess I'll see if I can today with old Art the Clown Terrifier edition. Big window box here, perfect for a paint pen autograph if that is your thing. Giant size Art the Clown, Trick or Treat Studio. 17 and up, you 16-year-olds, you can't handle this. You can drive a car, but you can't handle this, that's for sure. Giant size Art the Clown on the side. Same thing over here, you got his image in the background. And the back is really cool. Now, first off, commend Trick or Treat Studios down here. Love a good old school cross sell. That's what you got to do on all your toy lines. Show other people what else is out there. Oh, I really like this. Oh, and that's all they make. Okay. No, they got the cross sell. Now, little confusing here. Do they have giant size versions of these? I do not believe so. These are the ones I was talking about earlier there. But I do like that a lot. And then I really love this little kid here. And I love the graphic on his face, how he's like, you know, like a zombie or whatever from the movies, you know, possessed, whatever you want to call it. I love that. It gives the kiddie element, but obviously the horror element. There's a lot to unpack with that. And I really like the packaging design on this. So kudos to the Trick or Treat Studio team on this one here. But let's dive in. Let's get the old giant size guy out of here. And we got tape. We got tape. You know, there's the only thing that could beat Art the Clown is tape. I think they found that out in movie number 3 at the very end. They said, well, if we use tape on Art, it'll stop him. So they did that in the figure too. There we go. All right, let's get Art out of here. Ooh, man, that smells just like Art the Clown. Now, I had lunch next to David Howard Thornton once upon a time. See you later, goodbye. At a Chiller Con or something like that in Chicago. And this is exactly how he smelled. He smelled just like this, like a Chinese factory. But we do got some massive twist ties in here. Going to be great in my twist tie collection. We're saving all these twist ties in 2025. We're going to run a contest. We're going to weigh them. How much were all the twist ties this year? And we're going to find out. Man, oh man, this is some serious twist tie edition on this one. Well, we're locked in at the feet too. And I guess a guy like Art the Clown, probably best to lock him in as much as you possibly can. I think it's a safe bet. It's a safe bet is what I would say. Oh my gosh, even the weapons locked in. What are we doing here? There we go. All right, now we're getting there. We're getting there, folks. I don't want to make any messes on my beautiful carpet or anything, but there we go, off to the side. I'm going to stick that here, a gentle off to the side. I don't want to have stuff everywhere. We got a little hose in here. I don't know what that's all about. See you later, goodbye. We only get one weapon. Now, diving into the figure here, a little disappointing because when I think of Art the Clown, I usually think of that black trash bag or maybe a knife or that gun he had. But I guess we're going to go with the saw. And you know what they say, the saw is the law. Sodom told us that back in the 80s. Thrash metal legends from Germany. Shout out to Sodom. They said the saw is the law, Kyle, and I never doubted it since. So I guess Art the Clown is a believer in that. You got blood splatter all over on this one. You got the saw blade down on the end. It reminds me of little Kyle just working in my grandpa's shop on one of these back in the day. But a very primitive weapon, a weapon you don't want to be on the business end of. I think we can all agree of that. But I would have liked to seen the trash bag. Would have liked to seen a knife or something. Is what it is. But now we got old Art the Clown out of the packaging. 12 inches of art. A work of art is what this is. We're going to start with the head sculpt here. Got that Adebisi style Oz hat going up top. How does that hat stay on? We'll never know. Got the clown mask over the top, and then you got the face paint, the iconic Art the Clown face paint. It's weird. The creepiest thing about Art the Clown to me is obviously the teeth. Those teeth that have never been brushed. But that little black dot on his nose, for whatever reason, that is the key to the whole makeup process. And by no means I'm not a clown. I don't know anything about clowns, but I do know a clown. He sits on the couch. It's Todd McFarlane, clown expert as well. And Todd's like, that's what it is, Kyle. That's what it is. And I said, you know what? You're right. And Art's one of my favorite clowns probably all these years later. Now hasn't quite surpassed, and I don't think he will surpass one Captain Spaulding. That's my favorite clown of all time. Sid Haig, an all-timer if there ever was one. And yeah, you're right. I was going to bring him up, Todd McFarlane. My other two favorite clowns, as we do know, Bozo the Clown and very underrated, Cookie the Clown. Yes, Cookie and Bozo. Many a memory of me and the little kid watching them on the old Bozo show on WGN. Shout out to Cookie, shout out to Bozo, shout out to Captain Spaulding, shout out to Art the Clown. But looking good, you know who this is in the head sculpt department. Now, this got a decent amount of weight to it, but it is just kind of a chunk of plastic is what it feels like. I mean, it is. It's not heavy like one of those big NECAs, but it's also not the same price point, not the same style figure either. But it does look good here. You got his black and white costume throughout. You got the little plastic balls right in front there, looking good. Now, he's seen a thing or two, or done a thing or two, is he's got red blood splatter down here at the bottom. That looks pretty good. He also has some bloody hands, but he kept it pretty clean up top and on the face. I would not be shocked to see a variant edition. You got to get the most out of your molds. You know how that goes. I could see a full-on blood splatter edition in our future. We'll see what Trick or Treat Studios wants to do with that. Now, we do got the AOK hand over here on the side, and then we do got the saw hand over here is what we'll call it on that one. So you can put the saw in there if you need to. Once again, I would like to see that gun, maybe a knife, but saw is good. And I'm glad we at least got one weapon with this one here. Diving into the articulation, you do get a little side to side out of the head. Ooh, very stiff. There we go. It's just very tight, but yeah, arms do go all the way around. Both arms go all the way around. Now, no waist articulation. You do get the legs that go up. He can do that big Art the Clown boot. We all know Art. He would finish them off in the movie. Those guys would run right in that boot. They'd fall down. He'd bounce off the wall, and then he'd drop that Hulkster leg drop. Thing of beauty. Thing of beauty, as we know. Looking good there for old Artemis himself here. And then no boot cut or anything like that. No holes in the feet either. 2025, Trick or Treat Studios, Art the Clown, Terrifier, all rights reserved. So kind of is what it is. You kind of know what you're getting yourself into with this one, but it is pretty cool. It is a nice, maybe just for the season Halloween decoration, more like it, but maybe the direction of your decoration. But it's just a once a year type thing you bring out, you stick it in the kitchen, you stick it on the table maybe, or maybe you display it year round with your other horror icons. But a cool piece of business here. I like this. It doesn't break the bank. Once again, $50, 15% off. Got to get a deal. That's what I did here. Fun for the Halloween season, no doubt about it. So coming out at the right time, if you ask me. So there it is, another Trick or Treat Studios unboxing. This time, the 12-inch Art the Clown. Be interested to hear your thoughts on Art the Clown. You picking this one up? You buying everything and anything Art the Clown? Let me know in the comments down below. And you made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you on the other YouTube channel. 2 YouTube channels with content every single day. Make sure you like the videos. Make sure you subscribe to both channels. Check out SirPaul64 on the X. Check out _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. Conveniently enough, the name of my podcast each and every Tuesday, it is The Kyle Peterson Show. Wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. And check out YouTube channel memberships and Patreon for even more content. So for Art the Clown, Halloween 2025, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?